Well, it's newly Pride, and we already got a horrible act of homophobia, which has resulted in murder. So, trigger warnings there. If you're excited about the King of the Hill reboot, like a lot of people, including me, I'm a big cartoon fan. Doug Gribble for life. This news is painful, and I'm actually surprised. I had no idea that this person was not only gay, but married. And it kind of puts an interesting spin on Dell's gay father. But it's just a horrible story, and it makes a lot of things much clearer now. Jonathan Joss, who voiced John Redcorn, uh, pretty much the entire time, minus a few of the first season episodes when the original voice was there. That man was killed in a car crash. Then they brought on Jonathan Joss. He was murdered yesterday. And it appears to be over the fact that he lived in Texas and he was married to a Latino man. And so his poor husband is still alive, just trying to process all of this. But if you'll recall, this is not the first time something suspicious and horrible happened to Jonathan Joss, only this is the saddest conclusion that there possibly can be to it. About, I want to say 2 months ago, his house was burned down while he was out of town, and I guess knowing he's married now, presumably his husband too. At home were some of his dogs who perished in the fire, and that was particularly devastating for him, as I can only imagine. Oh my god, kill me. And or make me go on a rampage, maybe both. So he had to put out the kind of, hey, I need money because my house is gone now, and we had insurance, but I haven't made much in the last few years. And he was very upset. And I I particularly agree with him after seeing the new opening where Nancy appears to run off with John Redcorn again. He was not invited back to record for season 1, and he was given no notice that it'd be any different. Like, because allegedly they did 2 seasons at once. He was also not invited to the South by Southwest, which just happened about 2 days ago. It's just all very, very sad. And rumors are having it that he would be invited back for the next season, but he did not appear to believe this. So I hope the people who decided that are feeling good about themselves right about now. His poor husband, and I guess widower, Tristan Kern de Gonzalez, posted about what happened. He said they went back to the ruins of the former home to check their mail. And the home, they lived in this home for 2 years, and they'd received multiple threats by people in the area that their house was going to burn down and violence would fall upon them for being gay. And they went to the police. As per usual, the police did nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. And then the house was burned down. When they returned the night he was murdered, they found the skull of one of their dogs right in front of the mailbox with a harness that belonged to the dog. So this means whoever burned down the house before apparently decided to go digging, clean up a little, either already had the harness or got a similar one and thought, yeah, that'll show them. Of course, this obviously was extremely upsetting to both men. I mean, good God, obviously. And while they wept, one of their neighbors, who had been a main arbiter of threats, came out and shot at them. He actually aimed at Joss's husband, but Josh pushed him out. It's not funny to laugh at, but Josh pushed him out of the way, and he lived, and Joss did it. Now, of course, it's Texas in MAGA years. One can only imagine that whoever the murderer was will probably walk free and be lauded with a Presidential Medal of Freedom or some shit. there's not a lot of information at this point to say, like, yeah, go sign this, go do this. But holy Christ on a cracker, I think the least we could do as a community is go donate to Joss's fire recovery fund, because his husband is obviously going to need the money to not only get to safety, but also see to it that this murder is prosecuted to the full extent of the law. So I'm going to put that link here and in the description. Please give if you're able to. And as for me, it might be time for another King of the Hill rewatch. That is just devastating. It's one thing when an actor dies of old age, a stroke, a heart attack, like Toby Huss, or no, that's the new voice, Johnny Hardwick did, who played Dell. That's very upsetting. And then, like, Lucky and Luann technically were natural deaths. So this is an out and out murder, and is literally committed the day everybody's talking about the show again and celebrating the release date. So don't forget Johnathon Joss in your memories and in your pride celebrations, because we're just not going to allow that.